All right, boys and girls, most of you, we have pre-tested lessons 11, 12, and 13, and everybody did a really great job. There's a small handful of you that missed a few on one of the lessons, but not all of them. So if that's the case, I'm just going to give you some morning work to help you understand those concepts, and we're all actually going to move ahead to lesson 14, which is commas and semicolons. I know this sounds super exciting. So commas are an important thing that you are going to need to know how to place them in your writing. Semicolons do come up occasionally, but not nearly as much as a comma. So I'm going to be honest with you and say that. It is really important that you understand the commas part of this lesson. The semicolons, that will come, but do pay attention to that as well. So here it tells us that commas and semicolons are used to separate 3 or more items within a series or a list. So for example, if I said to you, would you like to have pizza, tacos, or fish sticks for dinner? Okay, then I would need a comma between those things because I have at least 3. If I just said, would you like to have pizza or tacos for supper? That's only 2 things, so I don't need a comma there. So let's look at some of the examples they gave us. He was shocked by the dirt, comma, space, the smell, comma, space, and the noise on the ship. So this is referring back to James Fortin, right? He was shocked by the dirt, the smell, and the noise on the ship. So we're mentioning 3 things. He's shocked by the dirt, smell, and noise. So because there's more than 2, we need commas in between. If you are typing, you put a comma next to the word and then a space. Now, semicolons are a little trickier. We use a semicolon if a comma is already in place. That's one reason to use a semicolon. So for example, the documentary aired on channel 11, comma, PBS. So this is telling us that PBS is channel 11. Now we have a semicolon because we've already used the comma to separate the channel from the name of the channel. So now we're saying channel 35 is another choice. You can watch the documentary on channel 35, which the name of that station is WGN. Now we have a semicolon because we've already used a comma, so we need to use a semicolon. And channel 70, which is channel HMN. Okay, so the semicolons are used if we already have commas in place. All right, so that can be kind of tricky. Let's look at some examples together that you're going to fill out. You can insert a comma or a semicolon to correctly punctuate each sentence. I have some here for you that you can drag if you would like to, or if you just want to click in the sentence and type them, whatever is easier for you. So let's read. When James signed up to be a sailor, he had no idea of the discomfort, danger, and hard work involved. So we're naming 3 things that he was clueless about. He was clueless about the discomfort. So remember we put comma, space, which there's already a space there, danger, comma, and the hard work involved. We do not need any semicolons for this example. Let's jump down here to number 3, because as I'm looking at number 3, there are already commas in between different things here. I know that you've probably noticed the comma in the first one as well. That's because we have a complex sentence here. That's why there's a comma. Not because we're listing things, 2 or more things, okay? Down here for number 3, the 4 officers on the ship were from Malvern, Pennsylvania, so we have a comma between city and state. Trenton, New Jersey, again, between the city of Trenton and the state of New Jersey, and Lebanon, PA, Pennsylvania. So comma between the city and state, and Baltimore, Maryland. So we need to put commas in between the different places. Since there already is a comma between the city and the state, we're going to use a semicolon, which is right next to the letter L. So we would put a semicolon between Pennsylvania and Trenton because we're separating the state there from the city that is in New Jersey. We also need a semicolon between New Jersey and Lebanon, PA. Anybody know where the last semicolon goes? If you said between Pennsylvania and the word and, you are correct. We need a semicolon there. So check out those examples that I have given you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I need you to complete number 2, 4, and also 5, 6, 7, and 8. When you are finished, turn it in. If you have any questions, let me know.